faster, blasting at you. No, that's not right. Good day everyone, it's Arafire behind you. I've got to work on these intros. I hope you like the new attire. This is my new hoodie from Gear Homies. They've got a few Transformers stuff on there, so I do recommend you go and check them out. I'll put a link in the description below. This is my new hoodie on Wheeljack. I just love these colours. The racing stripe with the Lancia. So cool, so 80s, even with the tinted windscreen. I'm a living Transformer. So it's time for another episode of My Top 5, and it's a nice easy one today, as I'm going to go through my top 5 Transformer alt modes. Now this does not include any Dinobots, any Primitives, or any Beast Transformers. Sorry, Red Trap. Shut up, Red Trap. Fuck off, Red Trap. So, let's roll out. Number 5. Sideswipe and Sunstreaker. Now for those of you who know me know that I'm a sucker for a nice car, and they don't get much nicer than a Lamborghini Countach. This really was the 80s car, so it's no surprise they used its design a few times. I've drafted in my own Lamborghinis to help me with this one. I prefer Sideswipe of the two, as he is a more sleeker version of the Lamborghini brothers. Plus, if you're lucky enough to see one, a red Lamborghini Countach is generally the colour you see. Sunstreaker certainly has a sheen on, and of the two, he's the one who's more concerned about his aesthetic looks. The engine stacks he has on top are a bit of an eyesore on an otherwise smooth alt mode, but you can't deny he excels with flying colour. Number 4. Soundwave, the live action movies. Okay, don't kill me here. I love Soundwave and all, but his cassette tape alt mode hasn't really aged well over the last 30 to 40 years, has it? So when Soundwave was introduced into the live action movies, he got an interesting first choice for his alt mode. It's probably more suited to his name, but it wasn't too much later on that he got an alt mode that's been respected. Now we're talking. This is a Mercedes SLS and wow does it look good. I'm a Mercedes man very much when it comes to cars, but there's something about this alt mode that stands out from the others. Even Hot Rod and Jazz didn't impress me as much as this. Still, it's interesting to see Soundwave transform into something that has wheels. They've really kept him away from something like that over the years. Apart from this thing. Number 3. Astro Train. Now Astro Train was almost certainly going to make this list, but the question is, which mode? Yes, it's the purple locomotive of course. Here he is rolling in like Thomas the Tank Engine's older, more unhappier brother. There's something about this alt mode that's always resonated with me. I don't know how many different types of steam train there are out there. I know of the A4 Pacific, but that's about it. Still, he's always looked quite rugged with the lines and the wide body furnace. Here's my version of him, which I blame Thew completely for after putting up his Astro Train collaborative video, making me purchase him. Joking, of course. Okay, I understand kids like trains, so they made a toy of a train. But I'm pretty sure in 1984 most countries were running on diesel trains, if not electric. And in bold lavender? Hardly in disguise. Number 2. Silverbolt. Time for another relic of the past with a good old look at Concord. I never thought I'd miss seeing these in the sky, but they always look so good. And in the 80s these are all the rage, and rightly so. Making the Atlantic run from London to New York in record time, and with a nose cone that dips so the pilot could actually see to land the thing, just makes this mode all the more special. So when the leader of the aerial bots needs an alt mode to stand out from the rest of the team, there's no better place to look than the engineering marvel of aviation. Sadly, like Soundwave, Silverbolt's G1 alt mode hasn't really aged well. Whilst it's still great to look at, the fact that the aircraft has been retired means that Silverbolt probably should look elsewhere for a new alt mode. Number 1. Megatron, Armada. You weren't expecting that one, were you? I mentioned in a previous video that Megatron has struggled to find a good alt mode to stick with over the years, but this Megatron has certainly found that. Tank Megs is something that's been explored before, and you certainly can't ignore Generation 2 Megatron, but I'm sure we'll cover him another day. Stay tuned. This tank mode really is the business, and it's mostly because of that obscene turret on the top, which he could whip around in robot mode like a towel. I don't know about tank models, but I'm guessing this is based on a Tiger tank. I'm happy to be corrected in the comments if anyone knows. But what I really love about this alt mode is almost Armored Core-esque. Remember that? Did anyone else used to colour up their Armored Core mechs to look like Optimus, Ultra Magnus and Rodimus? No? Just me then. And there you have it. That's my top 5 Transformer alt modes. Of course, new alt modes are being designed all the time to keep up with the times. And as we move into Earthrise and beyond, I'm sure we'll see new alt modes for our beloved characters. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.